ourselves.
The better we feel about ourselves.
The fewer times we have to knock somebody else down.
The fewer times we have to knock somebody else down.
To feel tall.
To feel tall.
The better we feel about ourselves, the fewer times we have to knock somebody else down to feel tall.
The better we feel about ourselves, the fewer times we have to knock somebody else down to feel tall.
Best quote of the day in this classroom. Most definitely, most definitely. Okay, who will pass out the quote books? Hold on, thank you. With this program, there's no time to waste. It's moving so fast. Speaking of time, that is the theme of today. We are talking about time today. And that relates into why is history important? Does anybody want to respond why they think history is important?
Because it made us to what we are today, as in, say, like America and like Europe and all that, because of what happened.
It made us what we are today. Like the chain events, the chain reaction of events.
Like a domino effect.
Like the domino effect, exactly, yes.
There are like guidelines that show us like what not to do or what to do.
Guidelines to show us what to do or what not to do. I agree with that. David, do you agree with that as well? History is guidelines, like Villalobos was saying, like of what to do and what not to do. You learn from the past, right?
I kind of agree with that, but like history, it leads to what today is.
Let's say that again.
Everything that happened in history leads to what today is.
Yeah, like what Cruz was kind of saying too. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned something this morning that has to do with how history, how today is affected by history. Did you know in the 1700s, you know how they say today that, oh, put down that screen, it's going to mush your brain.
Sure, yeah.
Turn off the TV, it's going to mush your brain. In the 1700s, they said the same thing about books.
Yes.
They called it like reading frenzies and reading rage. Books. They said,
Because they were,
the older people would say, these younger people, they're reading so many books.
like they're being self-indulgent and like absorbing themselves into this like
just
paper.
too much going in. Yeah.
Interesting.
Can you imagine?
That's really interesting.
Isn't it? I just learned that this morning.
Yeah, it's really easy to equate like what's happening now. It's like, oh no, this is like new. This is crazy.
Right.
Like this never has happened before. When in fact, we're repeating these mind-blowing moments where it's like, oh, that's not the right way to do things.
Right.
So I'm gonna have you grab a Chromebook, please. Please grab a Chromebook, and we're gonna start our lesson. Okay, good, guys. So I'm gonna start whether you're there or not, but you can catch up with us. Because in life, I mean, sorry, but you have to like be on task and like you have to be with it. You have to be in this flow state in order to be like in sync, right? Otherwise, you get left behind. But it looks like we got everybody.
Mine is joining.
Almost.
Wait, there.
So IPTWR, it'll show at the bottom if you haven't caught up yet. Okay, so we just discussed why do we study history, because it helps us learn from the past. We learn from these chain reactions. Sequences happen. For example, what would have happened, do you think, if we were not to have bombed Hiroshima and yeah, exactly. What would happen if we did not drop that atom bomb? What do you think?
The Japan would have still.
Or Hernandez first, and then we'll go to.
I think the Japanese would have kept coming at us. They would not quit.
They would have kept coming at us.
Yeah.
You think the same thing? What about over here? What do you think the world would be like if we didn't drop that bomb? You're not sure?
We all would have been Nazis.
We would have been Nazis, maybe. We don't know. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Lock it up, listen up, gentlemen.
No? Okay, well, the reason why we have to, so as a historian, you're pretty much a scientist. That's why they call it social science. Because we're analyzing chain of events, we're analyzing events of the past, but also we predict the future as well as social scientists. And that's why a lot of lessons I've taught, weren't necessarily going back in time, but we were talking about the present. With the girls, I did a whole lesson on technology and how it's taking over our lives. But we need to discuss what's happening now as well as the past and foresee what's happening in the future. So, before we begin, I want us to kind of, before we begin with CNN 10, I want us to try an experiment.
What the?
So as history pertains to the past, it also pertains to the present. And I want us to do a little meditation experiment. No, you don't need to go here. So if you could please close the Chromebooks for a moment. Nothing's going to log out, but just close it for a second. And if I could have Moldor, if you could hit the lights, please. Okay, so please close the books all the way. I know we have this aversion to, like, we're scared to close our screens, right? But nothing's going to happen. Please, sir. As you two crews, please close that. So it's the bottom on the far left, the very bottom, press it once. We're going to do a mindfulness exercise. It's only 5 minutes. 5 minutes is nothing. So it's technically meditation, but we can call it mindfulness or whatever feels better to you. And the purpose of this is to kind of escape. I want you to use this as a time to connect to the present moment, how you feel. During this exercise, you're going to be able to close your eyes. Technically, I would prefer if your spine was tall, your feet are planted on the ground.
Of course.
But if for some reason that feels weird or that hurts, or you can put your head down. That's fine too, as long as you're listening. But you might need to watch it for a second first. So.
Listening to any sounds around you. Noticing if your energy feels dull.
Good work, guys. So that's not easy to do. The benefits of doing this, there's a purpose to it. It's not just like for nothing. So you guys can back there can put your heads back up now. Thank you, David. So you're literally moving. All right, guys. Okay. So on your screens, please answer this question. Why do we study history? I want to hear it in your own words. So to learn why we are, how we got here, how to improve, and how to stay safe. Good. History helps us understand change and how the society we live in came to be. The second reason history is inescapable as a subject of serious study follows closely on the first. The past causes the present, and so the future. Good.
Yeah.
That was good. That sounds good.
So we don't make the mistakes we made in the past.
Really good.
You're still going. You're still going. I don't know. I give up on life. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Indeed.
You give up on life. Why would you put yourself through 5 months, 6 months of this crazy lockdown? But I want you to think about what brought you to this moment. Pretty much, you graduating from this program gives you this free choice. Yes.
I put kids on Instagram and on music, so I don't know how you want to handle that. Still is on Instagram.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at this. I'll show you.
I don't know, this is nothing can handle this right now.
Although we look pretty even, just
Well, if you could give me some respect, please. You know, I would appreciate
We're
it.
just trying to trust you to do it.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, David. Dude, please. 3 days left. 3 days left.
You're not respecting the person that's speaking to you, just kind of.
You're holding up the whole class now because of talking back. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna have you do, and I really apologize for those who like actually care about learning, but please log off the Chromebooks. And I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to do so. So please log off the Chromebooks.
David.
Everybody, yeah.
It was me.
You know, you can disrespect me, but when you disrespect Ms. Barden about this stuff, that offends me. So please log off the Chromebooks. What we're gonna do instead is I'm gonna show you a video. You can choose to do 3 things. You can choose to watch the video. You can choose to honestly, because I'm giving you more luxury and freedom, you can choose to read a book. You can choose to draw. But nobody's sleeping. So please keep your heads up. You can borrow, okay? Yeah.
Mimi Castro, got you.
Oh my God,
Okay, so what did I say? You have 3 options. What are the 3 options? Guzman, what were they?
Watch the video, read or draw.
Thank you. Watch the video, read or draw. Okay.
Else they could give me. And after about 3 years of this, I had decided I was going to kill myself. Not because I'm a depressed person, but because there was nothing anybody could do for me, and from that point on, all I was going to be was a burden to my friends and my family. And in the middle of kind of all these dark thoughts, a friend of mine showed up at my doorstep and demanded that we go surfing. It was a fairly ridiculous request. I couldn't walk across the room, and it had been about 5 years since I'd been surfing. The last time I had gone surfing, I nearly drowned in a big wave accident. I had no desire ever to get back to the ocean. My friend kind of badgered me and badgered me and badgered me. It was a pain in my ass. And after about 3 hours of this, I was like, what the hell? Let's go surfing today. What is the worst that can happen? I can always kill myself tomorrow. So they kind of walked me to the car, literally, and they drove me to Sunset Beach in Los Angeles, which, if you know anything about surfing in Los Angeles, is the wimpiest beginner wave in the world. And the tide was out.
You need to talk about Sunset Beach is like
really
right here.
tiny, and there's no one out there. And they gave me a board the size of a Cadillac. And the bigger the board, the easier it is to surf. And it was gigantic. And they kind of walked me, grabbed my elbows, and literally walked me out to the line and put me on this board. And I was out there about 30 seconds when a wave came. And I don't know exactly what happened. Muscle memory took over, whatever. But I spun my board around and I paddled twice. And I popped to my feet. And I popped up into a totally different dimension. My senses were incredibly heightened. I felt like I had panoramic vision, like I could see out of the back of my head. Time slowed to an absolute crawl, so that Matrix time, that was what was going on. And the strangest part about the whole thing is I felt great. I mean, I felt better than I had felt in years. I felt alive. I felt that thrum of possibility, and it felt amazing. It felt so good, and I caught 4 more waves that day. And by the 5th wave, I was disassembled. They drove me home. Put me into bed. People actually had to bring me food for 14 days because I couldn't walk to my kitchen to make a meal. But on the 15th day, which is that move again, I sort of hitchhiked back.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so to conclude today, I want you to give me, through this packet, come on in please, 5 bullets of your past, 5 bullets of your present, and 5 bullets of your future, of where you used to be, where you are now, and where you want to be. I would not be handing it out if I didn't want you to do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so to conclude today, I want you to give me, through this packet, come on in please, 5 bullets of your past, 5 bullets of your present, and 5 bullets of your future, of where you used to be, where you are now, and where you want to be. I would not be handing it out if I didn't want you to do it.
Oh, it's only for you. Good job.
So five things in the past that maybe that you regret, maybe that you enjoyed, maybe 5 things in the past that really resonate with who you are. 5 things in the present here at Sunburst that you really learned, that maybe was a challenge for you, maybe that was just so difficult for you to get through. And then 5 bullets, comments of the future in which you want to be, what you're striving to be, and how are you going to get there.
Oh wait, no.
So, to reiterate, the past. At least 5 bullet points of the past that you used to do that maybe you didn't wish you did, or things that you wish you did more that you did in the past. Maybe spending more time playing and just being more childlike, or maybe playing more video games or talking more to your family. In the past, maybe you did those things. Or maybe the past is something that you don't even want to be a part of anymore. The present. At least 5 things about being at Sunburst. Was it, what are you going to take away from here, pretty much? In the present moment. Are you just ecstatic to leave? Did you learn? Did you make new friends? Did you learn anything? Disrespectful.
On graduation, I'm not gonna say what notes I gotta keep my grades.
It's gonna get you nowhere. You want to be somewhere. I know you can be somewhere.
What is that?
Fighting the whole time.
From the Beretta.
You look rude. You already like decide what you grew, man. Yeah, I think you did too, man.
Oh, I know.
You too, Rivera. Thank you. Well, that's you too, man. You do have a future. You have a future. Because regardless, you're gonna be here. And please don't do that.